So this question says, Dolores spoke about when we are faced with a decision and we can go one way or another way, then the decision that we don't choose is existing in another timeline. It's tricky to understand.
Sure.
Okay.
And it's not really meant for you. That's just showing you all the different possibilities and probabilities of your life. And that every time, when you make, especially major decisions, like you have forks in the road, I can go this way, I can go this way. Those are major ones that wherever that you invest time in both of them trying to decide which one to go. Well, see, that's a timeline that's created. And then you choose one. Well, the other one is still moving, it's still there. And if you were to start changing the way you think, you can actually pop back over to that other one. But that's not really what this is about. That's just there. And it can be done. But what our life is really about is picking one of these and you're investing your time and energy in that one. And that's why you're conscious of it. You could pop back and forth, but boy, that would feel like that's an energetic.
You're on the highest timeline. I'll say that. If you do a QHHT session and you had a major decision, you're always doing that. I wonder what if. What if I would have made that other choice? What if I would have made that other, married that other person? What if? If you have a QHHT session, make that one of your questions. Your higher self will show you you're on the best timeline.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. They're always saying, and one of the things we say at the end of a session is, this is the one you're focused on. All these others are possibilities out here, but there's a reason that you're focused and consciously connected to this one. Like I said, that's a great reason right there. It's the highest one for you. It's the highest level for you. So that's the one you're focused on. You could spend time on the others, but what's the point? This is the one you chose.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a quantum field. That's why Dolores talks about the quantum of it all. It is a quantum field where here I'm faced with a decision and I'm looking at 20 different directions I could take that. Let's just simplify it, 3 different directions. So there's 3 different potential timelines that are starting to form there for me. And then when I anchor in on which one I'm going to do, that's why you can't make a wrong decision. And I say this to people all the time, you cannot make a wrong decision. Whatever you choose, you're going to have an experience. So you're looking at 3 different choices and you're sitting there going, I don't know, which one should I do? 3 different jobs. Which one should I take? Take the one that makes you feel the happiest, regardless of what the pay and the benefits and all that is. Which one makes you the most happy when you're looking at it? And take that one because you're going to create the experiences. Yeah, you're going to create experiences with it. So why not create the ones that are bringing you the most joy? So anyways, yeah, you got potentials all the time. And then as you make a focused decision, the other ones maybe die down. Or if they're major decisions, you may have played them out in alternate timelines. You may play them all out. And then when your soul goes back to the happy place, heaven, wherever, you're going to go, oh, I did them all. Oh, okay.
Well, exactly, because we are multidimensional, and so we probably are doing them all. It's just this is the one. It's just always come back to this is the one that you're consciously aware of. So there's a reason.
Focus on it.
Yes, focus on it.
And the version of you that played out the other one was consciously aware of it and played that out, and you get to know all about it one day when you're no longer in this body.
Later.
You get to know about all of them. It's going to be so exciting, right?
It all makes sense later.
Later. It'll be there later.
Later, yeah. This is inside joke here. Any QHHT people will understand what we're talking about.
Yeah, you're a practitioner. You know what we just did. Okay.
This individual is asking, what does dreams of people, I'll throw in animals, who passed mean?
Okay.
Yeah, dreams are interesting. And Tracy does a lot more of the dream stuff, dream interpretation, everything. But
so
dreams in general, they're reflections, they're parts of you is a lot of it.
Parts of you. So when you get to a dream of a loved one or an animal that has passed, the way to tell if it's a dream or a visit would be how real it felt. If it feels like, oh my God, I feel like I was literally sitting there talking to Grandpa, or playing with my dog or whatever, then that's a visit.
Right.
If it's a dream where, oh, in that dream, their grandpa was driving a car and the dog was sitting in the back seat and we were heading down this windy road and then there was potholes and there was things and stuff, then you're having a dream that you need to interpret because they're all representing different parts of you. What did grandpa mean to you? What did the dog mean to you? Of course, the windy road's going to be your path. The potholes would be, are you going through a rough patch? And so that would be the difference. If it's a visit, it's going to be surreal. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, the carpet was this amazing color and the textures. And I mean, like I have dreams, you asking that question, Tiffany, brings back dreams that I know were visits where I know I sat on a green couch. It was a couch that my grandparents had and it was kind of a rough texture. I was a kid. I can smell the smells of their house. And I got messages in a dream where I was sitting on that couch getting messages, and all of those messages came true, by the way. That was the dream where I sat on the couch. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Sylvia Brown. She was in the dream. She sits on the couch with me and she says, you want to know something? And I said, yeah, I want to know how many kids I'm going to have. And this is a way back, right? And she said, well, you already know you're going to have 3 boys. And I did. I had 3 boys. By the time the 3rd one came, I was like, that is just crazy. And it always stuck with me. Like I could really give you details of that dream to this day. So that's a visit. Okay. A dream over time, you might fade. Like I know I've had dreams with grandpa and grandma in them where it's like, I know I had them. I can't really remember what happened, that kind of thing. But dreams are fun to interpret. If you guys haven't done that, get a good dream book. I know I probably have one sitting around here. I like to recommend the Betty Bethard's The Dream Book. It's small, but the symbology in them has really been accurate for me. And then, once you get, it's kind of like angel numbers. Once you get familiar with it, then you're going to have some dreams that use these symbologies so that you can go look them up. So find a dream book that resonates with you and play with.
Yeah, it's like it's like a translation. It's there, and your mind is going to take what it sees there and use it.
Yeah,
because it's like, okay, you want to use these interpretations? Okay, let's use these, and then they'll because I did that one time. I may have already talked about this before years ago. I was editing a dream dictionary.
Oh,
for publication, yeah, and they were some different things in there I'd never heard of and everything. It was like, oh, this is interesting. And when I noticed this, I started having dreams with these symbols, and then I'd look them up. I was like, oh my gosh, that makes sense and stuff. And that's when I realized, oh, it's just going, okay, we're going to use what you have handy here to communicate with you.
Yeah.
So you could write whatever you wanted to, okay, this is going to mean this is going to mean this will mean this. You can write your own thing and it'll use that to communicate.
Absolutely. That goes for anything, really.
Anything.
Yeah.
And what you're talking about, that's what I had heard. You may have been the one that said it, was if you still remember it long after it happened, the dream, whatever, then it was a visitation. It was a visit. But the dreams, they fade. The ones that, they don't stay. You might remember little wisps of them, but not the whole details like what you're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool. All right.